I'm Lex, you're you. Welcome to my channel.
Hey, Lex, what you doing?
I was just welcoming them to my channel, my viewers.
Your channel. This is your channel now?
Yeah.
That's so funny because
Yeah.
if you look right down there, it actually says EJ Plays. And, I'm EJ, they're you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I thought the E in EJ was because of the E in Lex, though.
You know, I can see where you got mixed up. Well, you know what? Let's just do it
Yay.
together then. Hey, y'all. I'm EJ.
I'm Lex.
You're you. Welcome to my channel. Alright y'all, so today, me and Lex of Lex Play fame are challenging each other to the Stonehead Challenge. Basically what this means is we've used a Stonehead statue in a prominent manner in our build, and also we added the restriction of not being able to use waterfalls. So the most challenging part for me is just, making an area that is all about one item. That's that's kind of tough for me. I like to make my areas really story-based. I always like to have like a backstory and like lore and a logic behind each of my areas. The other challenge for me was just, making one item the visual center of an area, not just the conceptual center, right? So I decided to try and make a marketplace. And the idea is that this is an old marketplace, and it's been built into the side of this old ruin in the middle of the jungle. And so that's the idea. That's the story behind this area. And then I thought this would be a great way to encourage me to visually highlight the rock head, because I'm going to put the rock head, as you see, right on the top of this little raised cliff area in the center of my marketplace. And it's going to be the focal point of everything. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting lots and lots of trees and bamboo and, palm trees and stuff like that, so I can fill in the area. As you saw, I raised up a section of cliffs all around. That's going to make the main platform that I'm going to put a bunch of trees and other various stuff on to really fill out this area. I think I'm really going to go towards a jungle clutter core of this island. It's something that's really challenging to me, but I was really excited after seeing my friend Joe's island. And I was just really inspired by that. And I was like, I really want to try and do that. That's something that doesn't come naturally to me. So let me try and push myself a little bit, right? I'm doing cliffs on the edges, oh my God, I keep saying that. No, I'm doing trees on the edges of cliffs. And if you want to see how to make those, you can check out my last speed build where I did go over how to do that. So, wow, plugging 2 videos in less than 2 minutes. Mama, she's a YouTuber. Oh. So now I'm just filling in this area with some trees. We'll get back to the items later. And I keep walking out to the front to kind of just visually check, make sure it looks balanced, because I want it to feel, it's asymmetrical, obviously, but I still want it to feel visually balanced. There's the same amount of trees-ish on one side versus the other side of this stone head, so that, your eye is naturally drawn towards the center, this gray giant stone head in the center of the design. Now, in terms of pathing, I'm laying it down. I want it to be a ring that goes all the way around the mountain. I started out by just focusing on the front half of it because I wasn't totally sure what I wanted to do behind this giant raised section. So I just started with the front half, laying down some pathing, and I'm going to put some stalls and stuff on it. Again, if you like this path, if you like any of the design codes that you see in this video, just be sure to check my description. I put all of the design codes, creator codes of any designs that I use in my builds in that. So I'm moving Abel's because it's in the way. So I'm also going to plant a bunch of these shrubs because if I'm going to time travel, might as well grow some shrubs while I'm at it, Ooh, 2 birds, 1 stone. I do not condone throwing stones at birds, just so we're clear. Cool. Placing down some stalls that I customized with a custom pattern. And then more pathing. What more do we want in life than more pathing, Well, there's a lot of things I want, actually. Nothing. thinking about it. So with pathing, I usually put it down after I put down any large things, i.e. stalls, trees, giant raised sections with a bunch of trees and things in the middle of your marketplace. The last one was obvious what I was referencing. The idea behind this, though, is just that, like, I want my paths to feel very natural. I want you to feel like you want to naturally follow them, because instead of me trying to prescribe, like, what way to go, I usually just like walk through the area and see which way I naturally want to go and then put down pathing that way. Because in that way, the pathing is not prescriptive, it's like descriptive of the way that you would walk through this area naturally, if that makes sense. That might be a little heady. Don't worry about it. Stonehead, get it? Now I'm just placing down some shrubs around. I wish we could place trees next to cliffs. Wish there was a hack for that, but there isn't. So we're putting shrubs next to them because that's the greenery. Crafting away, or actually customizing away, really. I'm putting a little seating area down here with this swinging bench. I'm customizing everything to be like dark wood as much as I can. That's kind of like the color story I'm going for, is like this dark brown, this really dark brown with like the really bright green. I think it just looks, it feels jungly. It feels, you're gonna hate this, moist. Okay, so now I'm getting to the most frustrating part of this build, which was putting furniture up on this like raised area. It was so difficult to just, I had to like maneuver and climb down and go around and climb back up to like move things around. It was just so frustrating. And to demonstrate that, I'm not even gonna keep these bamboo things in there, but like look at how many times I'm picking up and putting down this stupid bamboo partition. I was just not happy with it. There was no way for me to be happy. I don't know. The other thing that was kind of frustrating about this is because Lex is, you know, going to be my guest, I wanted to take some more Lex inspiration and put patterns underneath all of my furniture so that way you don't see like the bare grass. I kept forgetting to put down the paths, so I kept having to maneuver my way back around to pick up my things to put down special pathing. It was just I cut out a lot of this. But so as you see, I ended up going with jail bars and also the wind turbine. The wind turbine, low key, my favorite part of that area. I just think it looks so cool, especially when you look up just to see this little like spinning windmill in the back. Like, ooh, mama, Nausicaa, who, you know? So I'm making the stall to the left kind of like a fish stall. I'm putting down some fish that I, you know, picked up. Well, not picked up, I fished up, I guess you could say. And also this steamer basket, you know, fish. I'm also using these green leaf piles. The one thing I don't like about this path, there's so many things to love about this path, but I don't like that there's only one version of like the middle area. It can kind of look samey, just like a big section of dirt. So I'm using the green leaf piles to kind of visually break up the path area, especially in those sections where there's just like a lot of the middle section that's uninterrupted. So then I decided to flip this stall from up against the cliffs to the opposite side of the path, just to break up, make it look a little less, little more asymmetrical, and fun. I had to move nooks so I could put a single tree there, but I'm glad I moved nooks because it was too busy. More things, lots and lots of things. The theme of this build was no pocket space. I kept having to go drop more friggin' stuff to pick up other stuff, the worst. Now, I would like to point out that the restriction was no waterfalls, not no water. This water's not falling, okay? It's staying where it is, so we're good. And, you know, when I had this giant raised area in the center of this area and I wanted a ring behind it, like, what can you put behind there that people will actually see? Not much. So river. You can't even go back there. You can't swim. Well, in the river. You can swim in the ocean. Laying down some more paths, I decided just to like make an extension of the marketplace and just, I was thinking like at first of making this back area like, oh, it's a little seating area maybe, like it's a little park. No, it's just more stalls. But I liked it anyways. Here's me fussing with paths though. Love fussing with paths. I'm using this campsite sign turned around because it's just a big wooden thing. And I'm putting a stall in front of there. I'm trying to find ways to like put backs to the stalls as much as I can in this area, just because it makes it feel, I think, a lot more full. A lot fuller, one could say. Stone tablet, because remember, this is like an old ruin, you know, that there's a marketplace in. There's story here. I'm thinking about some things, you know. I have to say, I do appreciate those barrels are pirate barrels, and one side of them has like a skull and crossbones on it. But I appreciate that the devs, like, they were like, you know what? We're going to make sure that if you switch these around, you don't see the skull and crossbones. It makes it so much more versatile. And I just love the color of the pirate barrels. Like, they look so much more weathered. I'm using the accents here to act as like a pseudo path for this seating area. I saw it really broke up the like dark dirt path a little bit, and you know, looks cute. All right, so putting the last minute touches before I head over to Lex's, and oh my god, I'm late.
So welcome to Antilia for the second time.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I've never seen her before. Wow.
You have, though. You have. You see, viewers, lovely viewers, we both had technical issues and lost the original footage of EJ visiting me and me visiting EJ. So here we are, doing it again.
Yeah, but I will try to give as honest of a reenactment as I had the first time.
Welcome to my natural
Oh my god.
shrine.
Okay, but I do still love it, so that's good.
I'm glad it passes the test a second time.
The second test. So, okay, I thought more about this area, actually, in the hours. So, for one thing, love the path, always.
Yeah, it is incredible.
I really appreciate the way that, like, you're using, like, only yellow and white flowers, and I feel like those are very accessible for an early game player.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, we don't have lots of hybrids, whereas, like, me, I, like, stole hybrids from my old island. But, like, I like that it's all very, you know, like, I feel like nothing in this area is super crazy for an early game player to have, and I really appreciate that.
I just love the white flowers. I was planning on going for a mostly white flower vibe anyway, but as I started setting this area up, I don't know, I just loved the idea of adding yellow. Like, the mum cushions were so cute, and I was like, I always use the white variation, so I added yellow, and I was like, what about flowers too? So here we are.
I have to say, I think this might be the first time on any Animal Crosser YouTube channel that I've ever seen the yellow mum cushion.
Yeah, no one uses it, but it
white.
is so cute. I'm obsessed. It's precious.
And appreciate still the what is this? Lighthouse?
Yeah, the lighthouse, so that we have a good lighting dynamic at night. It'll be fun. I should film this area at night.
Yes. You should cut right now to like a nighttime shot of it.
You know, that would take a lot of work, but thank you for the suggestion.
Hello, welcome to Ponderosa.
Thank you. Happy to be here for the first time ever.
Welcome for the first time to my island. And here she is.
Ah, look, this is EJ's build. I love it. I think it looks incredible. I really like the industrial vibe because it definitely gives off a whole different energy from the like kind of forest shrine that I have. But like it's still so, I don't know, it's like tucked between the trees. It still has that, I don't know, that shrine energy, I guess.
Yeah, so the idea behind this was that this is like a marketplace that's built in and around the ruins of like an old temple.
I love that.
Yeah, so I was just like, great, I'll put the head up there, and then that platform is just like stuffed with different stuff, i.e. this like wind turbine, which I really love because like look at the shadow, and just like all this other random stuff all around and all these different fun stalls.
Oh, this is a cool shadow.
Right? I like really love it. Like I'm surprised that like the shadow is one of my favorite parts of this build.
Low key though, also with the palm tree right here, it all checks out. It looks great. But also
True.
I think we should bring up
over.
our cult.
Yes, our new religion that isn't a cult.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a cult, it's a religion, but we're calling it the cult of the Rockhead because, I mean, who else uses these statues in their builds? We're so brave.
Well, now everyone will. We're starting a
Absolute
craze.
Trendsetters. I cannot wait for the copyright to go through saying that we own this statue. I'm just so excited.
You must send us 10 Nook Mile tickets whenever you use it. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me on Ponderosa.
Thank you for having me on Antilia.
Of course,
it was so great
was
to do this
pleasure.
little challenge.
I know, this was such a fun first collaboration. We've got to do it again soon.
100%, yes. And I can't wait to see where Antilia goes. I can't wait to visit this lost city again when it's completed.
Yeah.
So get to it.
Will do.